Hello everybody and welcome back to the F1 2021 Co-op Career Mode with me, Dan, and my co-commentator Nick. We're into the final 3 races of the season now. It's a 16 race season and we're in Mexico City for the Mexican Grand Prix, a potential title deciding race as Lando Norris needs just 8 points over his biggest rival Justin Freshbot to win the championship, and of course Justin Freshbot needs to win all 3 of these next races. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe and hit that notification bell as we move on to the starting grid for today's race. And on the front row, it is Lando Norris and his teammate Radiant Slothz. They will be heading into turn 1. Lando Norris in a good position to try and win this title today. We'll have to see how he can get on. They're followed by Guan Yu Zhou, Charles Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo, Lewis Hamilton, Sergio Perez, Yuki Tsunoda, Justin Freshbot with an engine penalty and Esteban Ocon. Then it's Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, Nicholas Latifi, Christian Lundgaard, George Russell, Valtteri Bottas, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and rounding up the back row, it's Antonio Giovinazzi and Lance Stroll. Now let's get on with today's Mexican Grand Prix.
The Mexican Grand Prix.
Lando Norris and Radiant Slothz on the front row. Lando Norris could win the championship today. Justin Freshbot has to make up positions to beat him. It's another terrible start from Radiant Slothz.
Awful start from the second Red Bull. He's pulled in behind Guan Yu Zhou.
Charles Leclerc going to be challenging as well, potentially. Justin Freshbot making up some positions.
Pushed all over the place.
Lots of fighting going on. There's contact there. Two Mercedes. No, the Mercedes and the Ferrari. It was Daniel Ricciardo, unsurprisingly, that received that contact.
Justin Freshbot boxed in here. Where can he go? He looks up the inside.
He gets past Lewis Hamilton. That is crucial for the championship. If he is,
he still has to overtake 4 more cars and hope Lando Norris DNFs. It's a tall order.
Guan Yu Zhou holding up Radiant Slothz a treat at this point. He will not be enjoying this. He needs to get past Lando Norris and hold him up to stop him from winning the championship.
It's a track extend from the Red Bull.
Charles Leclerc having another look. And Radiant Slothz keeps the car right in the defensive line. And they come into the stadium section. A bollard being murdered in front of literally hundreds of people. As we come round on the pit straight.
Those are witnesses. Radiant Slothz will be going to jail as he's chased down.
The Ferrari's straight line speed not on show right about now. As we see Justin Freshbot.
He's on the back of Charles Leclerc. He's got massive amounts of speed, but he can't get past. Maybe just biding his time.
He's going to be looking onto the street. Oh, there's a big engine fire coming out of Justin Freshbot's car.
A massive fire.
And he's crashed it into the wall. Unbelievable.
A massive failure there. Every single hydraulic system on the car failing at once. He loses the engine and the brakes.
This is the onboard. That I can't tell if that's the fireworks or the engine exploding in the background. And then we get the brakes fail.
And nothing happens. And he's planted it into the wall.
His head's twitching. I think he's alive yet. He did look to the right. He is alive.
That will be that is a safety car.
I believe it's a virtual safety car at the moment. Everybody's maintaining position. Because for some reason... No, there's no virtual safety car. Oh, it's just popped up on the screens around the circuit. There will be a notification for the people watching what is going on, and it was pushed into a full safety car.
The final sector now.
We're going to be at the restart any second now. And Justin
Freshbot, they haven't cleared the McLaren. They've forgotten. They've left the car. The safety car's gone in. Justin Freshbot is still on the track.
Green lights. We're away. Justin Freshbot's fending for himself. The other McLaren of Guan Yu Zhou under attack from Radiant Slothz. Of course, it's not going to be anything compared to the final corner when they get round there in a minute. He gets round the outside.
This cannot be allowed. What has happened? The stewards have not notice that Justin Freshbot is still on the circuit.
And they're nearly halfway around an entire lap, and not a single person has noticed. Not even the crowd give a shit anymore. They're just cheering on the Red Bulls and the McLaren.
Justin Freshbot in a burning McLaren on the circuit while racing is happening. How has this been allowed? This must be some sort of insider scheme to help Norris win the championship, you have to say.
And we're just getting this in. If Norris wins this race, that is the championship over. Lando Norris has sabotaged.
Nothing he can do unless he runs very quickly.
As we come into the stadium section, and finally the safety car has come out.
The safety car redeployed as they have realised
box.
19 cars were about to race past Justin Freshpot.
There he is.
Who is still there?
They're waiting.
Still there.
Everyone's coming into the pits. It's like a red flag incident right now. Radiant Sauce backing the field up because he's about to double stack with Norris.
All of the drivers coming into the pits have a word with Michael Massey to say what the hell is going on.
Everyone in right now. Thankfully, only one McLaren left in the race, so Radiant Sauce isn't boxed in. And he's only lost one position there to Lewis Hamilton. And he still has Charles Leclerc behind him. Max Verstappen up into 5th place.
Nicholas Latifi leads them away. Will that McLaren be cleared? That's what we need to know.
We'll have to see. Will any of the other leaders come in? No, it is going to be King Latifi at the restart, leading from Christian Lundgaard and George Russell.
The McLaren has been cleared as Radiant Slothz does the restart. He's behind Lewis Hamilton.
On our way once again. It's crucial now. If Lando wins this race, it's all over. He has to get past Lewis Hamilton to stop his teammate winning the championship. But he's already making gains up ahead. Radiant Sauce round the outside of Hamilton, down the inside. He's got Giovinazzi in front of him now. He's going incredibly slow. He goes to the left or the right. He's gone to the right, onto the outside. Lando Norris challenging with George Russell. An epic battle going on right now. The championship at stake. Norris chases Christian Lundgaard. George Russell's going to get in the way through the worst section of the track to be following another car. And that could be all over.
Norris just escaping here.
Look how much more traction Radiant Slothz has. He's able to follow so much closer. There's Lando Norris going past Christian Lundgaard. Radiant Slothz goes past George Russell. Up the inside, there may have been contact there, but that was just an allegation. King Latifi, the only man now to stop Lando Norris. And it's Radiant Slothz trying to get past Christian Lundgaard. There's going to be no DRS to help him. He's going to have to use the slipstream. The championship running away from him. Christian Lundgaard just in the way, will not give up the position. Clearly does
Radiant
not know.
Slothz 1.2 seconds behind Norris. Norris could win the championship here, but he's stuck behind Latifi.
Latifi will need to hold him up. Otherwise, it's over. And Norris in a much faster car. He's going to challenge. This could be the title decider. King Latifi.
He's gone round the outside. Latifi for once has not crashed into someone.
He's given up the position. Radiant Slothz
has almost spin.
And now he has to follow King Latifi through this section. Lando Norris is escaping. He's been faster all weekend. We're hoping for a mechanical failure now to stop the championship being won. Look at the gap he's pulled already. Radiant Slothz cut in the corner just trying to get past everybody. The King Latifi hits him.
Latifi.
And it's a 1.5 second gap.
Will he be able to catch Norris? He needs to, or Norris will win the championship.
He is going to need to put in the laps of his life as he goes round chasing his teammate. There's the back markers coming in. They release Hamilton, Leclerc and Verstappen. This was the restart, getting past Lewis Hamilton. Nearly runs into the back of him there. Keeping it nice and clean. Bit of a moment behind the Aston Martin. Goes to the outside. There's Norris challenging Russell. Gives him plenty of room. Norris slips up the inside, compromises Russell, but Radiant Slothz isn't close enough to get past Russell. And that was one of the factors that has cost him. This was him coming through the twisty section. Now look at the time it's losing him. As we ride aboard the dirty air, played a massive factor, a small corner cut.
A track extend.
George Russell on the hard tyre going incredibly slow. And there was the move on Lundgaard.
Radiant Slothz 1.6 seconds behind Norris.
Not quite able to keep pace with his much faster teammate as we come around. Oh, and he spun! The championship's over. Lewis Hamilton takes second place in the race.
Lando Norris does not win from this point.
That
will be disappointing.
Great, you show the background battling Max Verstappen for some reason. Even though he wasn't double stacking, he must have been held in the pits. This is what happened. Radiant Slothz hits that apex nicely. Just bounced on the curb. Pushing too hard, trying to catch Lando Norris. A big mistake from him. And then this was Radiant Slothz coming around.
A track extend almost.
Chasing.
But he's 9 seconds behind Norris now.
Lewis Hamilton up ahead. Second place might just have to be the position he takes once again. Oh, and it's a massive spin.
He's hitting the wall. He's taking off part of his front wing.
Unbelievable.
Charles Leclerc goes past. Guanyu Zhou goes past.
There's Daniel Ricciardo behind him, who was actually having a good race for once. And he's hit Daniel Ricciardo. Lewis Hamilton's off! He's in the wall!
It's all happened on lap 14, but Norris, importantly, is still winning now with a 13-second lead.
Radiant Slothz has cut the corner and picked up a 3-second time penalty. He comes into the pits and absolutely wankers this bollard up against the pit wall. There's an Aston Martin running in the points. Unbelievable. You do not see this happen very often. As the front wing goes back on, Lewis Hamilton's still last. He's just got the car going again. Which leaves just Nikita Mazepin in 19th place behind Radiant Slothz and, of course, Justin Freshpot, who, thankfully, has been moved out of the way. Radiant Slothz going incredibly slow. Nikita Mazepin's managed to catch him. Oh, no, and he's attacking him!
It's a massive contact.
Big corner cut there. Nikita Mazepin gets hit by Radiant Slothz. Radiant Slothz appearing to have a tantrum as Lando Norris has won the championship. He comes around the final corner incredibly slowly. What's going on? There's Norris. Oh no, and he's hit his teammate.
He's hit him.
He spins out his
Radiant Slothz is out.
More damage to the car. Red Bull will not be impressed with this. That may have ended his career with the Red Bull outlet. Not even AlphaTauri will want him now. On board with the police helicopter, the mafia and the police working together to try and take down this criminal as he winds his way through the streets of Mexico City in a Formula 1 car. He did try to blend in, but that's very difficult considering what he's driving. And it appears as though Lando Norris is up ahead of him with no front wing, going incredibly slowly. He thought about hitting him again. Norris limping back to the pits.
Track extend there from Radiant Slothz. That's a penalty.
He will be coming into the stadium section.
Lock up.
The crowd are booing him. They're booing him. They do not like this man anymore. Or to begin with, he's holding up Lando Norris, guaranteeing that Norris will not score points, getting in everybody's way. Guanyu Zhou up to second place somehow after what was going on earlier. And Radiant Slothz will have to concede. Daniel Ricciardo just moved up onto the podium for his best result since coming back to Formula 1. And Radiant Slothz, big lock-up.
Almost hits the Ferrari who's lapping him.
Allows himself to be lapped so that he doesn't have to finish the final lap of the race. And he comes into the stadium section. There are gunshots. The police have opened fire. He cuts the corner again. That is another 3-second penalty for Radiant Slothz. and he reaches the checkered flag, but he has not been able to outrun the swift hand of justice and the Mexican police. He will be going to prison.
Facing a 25-year stint in the slammer.
He's crashed into the
Ruining
Ferrari
his
on the
career.
in-lap. Lance Stroll gets driver of the day. For the first
And
time.
Lando Norris still wins the championship.
You gotta say this man was incredibly lucky all weekend. Justin Freshbot leaves the Grand Prix. He has had
He
enough.
doesn't want to see this.
As Lando Norris ruins the baseball stadium with his tyres. McLaren celebrated a win. It's Guan Yu Zhou with the win. I think it might be his
Incredible.
first win. And there he is celebrating. And it's of course a diverse mix on the podium in terms of teams. We've got a Ferrari up there, still without a win so far. And we've had a Mercedes up there, Daniel Ricciardo, with his best result since coming back to Formula 1. And it might even be his best result, full stop, so far in these 3 seasons we've had. But Guan Yu Zhou, the main man today, with his first victory, has been squashed by Lando Norris, winning the championship. Final thoughts,
Disgusting.
Nick? Disgusting from
The
Nick.
championship should be cancelled.
And there we have it. Of course, Guan Yu Zhou becoming the first Chinese driver in Formula 1 history to win a Grand Prix. Of course, after Lando Norris's tragic accident with Radiant Slothz, he was followed by Charles Leclerc and Daniel Ricciardo. Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon and Valtteri Bottas round at the top 10 for today. And of course, it was Lando Norris. And over in the Drivers' Championship, of course, Lando Norris secures the Drivers' Championship today after beating Justin Freshbot. Justin Freshbot, of course, needed Lando to score less than 8 points and needed to finish first in all 3 of the remaining races. He failed to finish at all and has lost the championship. Though the battle for second will heat up now. He's clear ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and Charles Leclerc, Guan Yu Zhou and Radiant Slothz will have to fight over 4th, as that is the best that they can hope to achieve at this point. Yuki Tsunoda, Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez and Pierre Gasly round up the top 10 as the retired Robert Schwartzman drops further and further down the table. Over in the Constructors, Red Bull again topping the tables with McLaren quite far behind, but now soundly ahead of the Mercedes team, who are battling over 3rd place with Ferrari. Alpine and Williams have a battle for 5th on their hands, and they're followed by AlphaTauri, Aston Martin, Alfa Romeo, and the Haas team. We'll catch you in the next one.